What's up, guys? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers on the Warriors of the North DLC. Picking up where we left off last time. Can we catch these on hold? You sneaky fat... Okay. You come across a man kneeling over a thoroughly destroyed dog. You take a knee next to him. Did the beast do this? He shakes his head no. Hell, I did this, finally. Damn thing ain't gonna keep me up anymore. What the hell? Don't be murdering your dog because it's loud. Just then, a hut across the way opens up and a man sprints out of it screaming, "Is that my damn dog, you son of a bitch?" The dog killer quickly stands up. "The beasts! They visited again last night." You quietly leave the dispute where the dog lies. There is so much humor packed into this, literally letting a sleeping dog lie. God, this is genius. Okay, I got super sidetracked by this, but this is crazily well written. Stupid. That is dumb. Okay, so we're on the trail of beasts right now for 1,500 crowns. It was supposed to be something simple to do to earn us a bit. And these unhold are going to make us chase them the whole way. But nice to fight them. And now that we don't really need their bits anymore, we don't need their hides really. Well, the hides are still useful because we can make bigger quivers and armor for our dogs. But we don't really need their bones as much anymore. So it's kind of nice that we can just go ahead and sell the parts that we get from them. And we shouldn't underestimate them either. I know it says there's only 5 of them, but these are the big boys. They have armor. And they're pretty immune to zones of control. And we just need to make sure we pick one of these to focus that every one of our archers can hit. And it's going to be this guy here. You know what, let's step in here and kind of lock this corner down. We'll do something like this. It might make it harder for them to flank us. We'll Indomitable here just like we do with the greenskins, the orcs. Awesome job. So guys, just before I get super sidetracked, and this fight is going to be mostly just me doing what I do, I wanted to say thanks to all of you who watched this series and the Darkest Dungeon series that I just started. I want to say I really appreciate your guys' support. The series, even on episode 1, is already doing great. It's a game that I love. When I first started thinking about doing YouTube, it was one of the first games that I knew I wanted to do on my channel. So you guys watching and showing support on that particular, series is just awesome for me because it's just letting me do what I wanted to do anyway. And I just wanted to say I appreciate it. And a lot of you even went ahead and gave name suggestions and stuff like that. And I've already got most of them put up. So it was a pretty long list, and down goes the first unhold. And we'll kill the other one that happened to step into this surround for us. Nice and easy. We're stunned there. We can pull out our Shamshir here. But big things are happening for me, big things are happening for the channel, and I'm super excited to share it with you. If you watched some of my other videos, you saw that I posted a vlog, my first ever in life, talking about my office, my new computer. I'm having a few issues putting the computer together, but it's nothing that I can't sort out in a few days. Let's go ahead and Indomitable so he can't throw us. And I'm looking to have that taken care of. At the very latest, my computer will be finished in like a week and a half. But I've already started. I started working on it on my kitchen counter last night, and I have the first couple steps put together. I got stalled up. I ended up buying a cooler, liquid cooling fan system that doesn't quite fit my case, and I'm going to have to return that and get a different one. So that's really the only holdup. Otherwise, I'd probably have it more than halfway done already. But just a little quick update on that. Hopefully you guys like seeing the office space. Hopefully you like seeing the computer build. It was fun for me to do, if a little hard. I'm not used to doing stuff like that, so it was kind of difficult. But I do like to share what's going on with me and be kind of transparent about stuff like that. So just hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I know there wasn't any Battle Brothers content yesterday, and that's, like I said, because I was just busy trying to get all that other stuff out. It's okay to shoot here just because we know that we want to get rid of this thing's armor anyway. And we'll go for the 62. I do want to focus this particular unhold. And we'll focus this one and this one, I think. Get Indomitable there to make sure we don't get thrown around. A couple stacks of Overwhelm feels good. But he's just going to throw us anyway. Alright. And there are no wasted attacks here because they do have armor. And when we hit them, we are getting rid of their armor. Doing good. So in today's episode, the focus is still definitely on us trying to find Necro Savants to battle. That way we can get the Shimmering Ashes that we need to continue on our Kraken quest. So wish me luck with that. And if we can't do that, then the alternative, I should have jumped here, that was a mistake. The alternative is for us to just kind of keep stacking money, because we're pretty much rich right now. Nice to see him fleeing. And this one's breaking. So his accuracy should be pretty low. Excuse me for a second there. Yeah, the alternative is for us to try and get maybe just some rare loot. Spend the money we have trying to get good stuff. Just going to switch to the pole hammer. If he's running, we don't need to use any more ammunition. Waste ammunition on him. Step back in there. And this battle ended up not being too bad. We don't really need these specialized pelts at all. These furs. So we're just going to sell those at the earliest opportunity. Good hit. Nice. And down he goes. Perfect. Nice and easy. We took a little bit of damage there, but you can't really even fight Unhold without taking damage. And that was supposed to be just a quick fight, but he made us chase him. And now we're probably gonna take this one here. While we're here, our packs are pretty much empty. We want to make some crowns, and we don't want to pass up opportunities to make crowns. So level 17 on Lancel. Pretty nice to see. His melee skill is one of his lower traits. Probably should just always pump fatigue no matter what. And slightly better melee defense. Feels good. And let's just wreck these zombies real quick before we go up there and hunt down whatever terrorizes that place. We can even swing right back through there and sell everything. We'll pass with everyone who's in the front line that can't throw something. Try and speed this up. I want to do at least one awesome fight today. Also, something else I wanted to say, guys. Quite a few of you have joined the Discord already. I'm going to be putting a Discord link in the description. I would really appreciate it if you guys consider joining it. The link that I'm going to put is going to be one that doesn't expire. So anytime you feel like it, feel free to join us in there. I have a friend, Triari is what he goes by online, and he's put a lot of work into it. There are bots already set up so you can get notified whenever I post a video. There are like music channels. There's a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's super cool. And it would have been something that would have been really hard for me to do on my own without help. So him going ahead and like doing that for me without me really asking him to was really nice of him. And I want to show my gratitude for him by making sure that I do promote this Discord channel, because even though I'm not streaming quite yet, whenever I start streaming and perhaps we start playing some cool multiplayer games together, doing some co-op runs in whatever type of strategy game I might be playing at the time, that sort of thing, we'll be able to talk to each other. And it'll definitely be a good place to meet people and talk to people who, have similar interests. I can tell you from like my personal life, it's not always easy to find people who love strategy games. Even amongst my friends who, in real life, we have lots of similar interests. Even video games, we have video games in common. We don't always necessarily like to play the same type of games. But if you're watching me play Battle Brothers, if you're watching me play Darkest Dungeons and Total War Warhammer 2, like, you basically got built-in friends in the comment section. You know what I mean? So might as well take advantage of it. Join the Discord. You can always talk to me if you see me on. I'm going to try and make sure that I'm more available on Discord during the day whenever that's possible. If I'm not recording, I'm either uploading, recording, or like spending time with my family, or taking care of my house, my yard, cutting my grass, that type of stuff. Just typical, dad, man stuff. And that stuff is all pretty time consuming. But there will be a point in the future where I'm able to do streams for several hours. And when that time comes, I want you guys to be there for it. Once again, big thanks to Triari. Super awesome. That's how you know you make a real friend. When someone is willing to go out of their way to do something for you without you asking, that's a friend. And I've been fortunate in my life. I think that I put forward kind of a positive energy whenever, I meet people. I try to. Unless they're trying to get my money, in which case they usually get a pretty negative attitude. But meeting, like, trying to make a friend for the first time, you put forward that positive energy. The whole purpose of my YouTube channel is to be, Goodtalk Gaming. It's to be cordial to other people. And I find that whenever you put that out, you usually get it back, too. I've actually had people comment on my politeness, especially whenever I play like MOBAs. People are like, man, you are uncharacteristically polite despite the fact that we're losing. And I'm like, yeah, because what I'm going to do, yell at you? Like, I'm a grown man. I'm not trying to yell at other people on the internet for playing a video game badly. Like, I just don't get it. And I can get frustrated like anybody else. I'm not saying that. But I find that you get a lot more positive results with being positive yourself. It's easy to start cursing people out and telling people they're bad and stuff. It just doesn't accomplish anything. You don't feel better, the other person feels worse. It's no good. And I think that Triari naming of the Discord was pretty apt. He's called it Goodtalk Gentleman. And I think that's a pretty good title. Maybe one day we'll get some some ladies in there, and maybe we'll think about changing the name. But for now, I think it's fine. I don't know if I've ever met too many women that like strategy games. That's just my personal experience. I'm not saying they're not out there, because I know that's not the case. I know they exist. I just haven't met them. If you're like I'm just curious. You don't have to do this by any means. But if you're a female and you've subscribed, let me know. I'm super curious. And like what games you like. Because I just think you're a rare individual. And it's a shame, because I think things like strategy games over time will become more mainstream. In the same way that like people didn't know how good A Song of Ice and Fire, or Game of Thrones as it's referred to, the television show, was until it was made into this big mainstream thing. It's like us nerds were sitting there all the time like reading those series and like, yeah, of course this is awesome. Like I remember having conversations with my friends who read when I was a kid and talking about, and yeah, I read those books as a kid. That tells you how kind of messed up that was. And talking about how it would be amazing if they ever made it into a movie or a TV show, and how we thought that would never happen, and people just wouldn't want to watch that stuff, but only because they didn't know how good it really was. And now that certain things like that are becoming more mainstream, it's more like okay to be a nerd, so to speak. There's not as much stigma as it used to be to reading a fantasy novel. Like, I don't think anyone would look at you weird or funny at all if you were sitting in a public place reading, G.R. Martin's books. Like, no one would care. Everyone, and actually, people not only would not care, you'd probably get people come up to you and be like, "Oh man, that's awesome. You like the series too?" You know, and it didn't used to be like that. When I was a kid and I was reading those types of books, you know, you get funny looks. People like, "What the hell is that? Some kind of Harry Potter magic?" It's like, nah, it's not. So I just think it's becoming more mainstream, and I think eventually you'll see a lot more diverse people playing strategy games, and then the communities grow, and that's good for everybody. And I'm doing a lot of talking right now, guys, just because I recognize these fights aren't all that entertaining. So I figured I'd share a little bit. I want to kill this thing so bad. I knew it. We shot right at Gimli. But if we hit him, though, we'd never have to... Oh, wait. My bad. Can we hit him? 22? And we hit Gimli. Damn it. Gimli's in the way. I just didn't want to give him another turn or respawn. Sure, we reload. Okay, they're going to get another turn. Nothing we can do about it. Probably have some dudes resurrect. I'll take that. And done. Nice and easy. We pick up a couple crowns worth of stuff, maybe about 1,000 crowns. And now we can head back toward Donnerstad, make sure we don't lose the trail of the beast we're actually supposed to be chasing. And here they are. Webnecks. A plethora of them. So that's an enemy we haven't fought in quite some time, and whose crafting materials we don't actually need. Thankfully, we caught them during the daylight hours, I do believe. And there was a time when 26 of these things would have been pretty fierce, but we should be able to cut them down easily, one at a time. Our build is very good versus Webnecks. I could see doing a build where you kind of like run away, like I've been thinking about doing with the poaching background, and maybe having that be not very effective because they chase you, they web you, and next thing you know, you're surrounded by them getting poisoned. We'll step back here. Let's get that kill so we can get the resets. Nice. Did I hurt one of these? I guess not. I mean, that was a lot of kills right off the bat. We killed 6 of them. We'll just pass. And we'll see how many respawn from the eggs. I think even on the snow maps, they have egg sacs. Yeah, I just saw 2 more spawn. And obviously, without Pathfinder, we're not going to be able to go through the snow and shut down the eggs. So they're just going to keep pumping out spiders. But if you don't kill them fast enough, you could quickly find yourself fighting 40 of these things. I think one of the things I'm going to enjoy streaming, I was kind of thinking of things to do, because, you know, day after day, got to change it up a little bit. I was thinking something that might be fun is to do kind of quick starts in Battle Brothers. Do like do a double there. Do a series where what we kind of do is just kind of investigate all the different starts, because I haven't even seen them all yet. Trying not to honestly spoil myself on them. We'll shoot up here. Shoot the ones we can't reach with our melee weapons. We buttered him up already, and now we can get out of the web. Very nice. We'll get our boy out of the web. So, like for instance, you know, on camera at least, I haven't done... so I'll tell you which ones I've actually looked at myself, and which ones I haven't. Um, I have done the Hedge Knight start, or the Avatar start. That was super fun. I've done, and I got about 6 hours into that before I stopped, and it was mostly just because I didn't want to burn out on too much Battle Brothers. Playing it in my free time and to record is kind of a lot. But I did that start. That was fun. I told you, I think in the last episode, maybe the one before that too, that I helped a buddy with a Beast Slayer start, which was really cool. I also didn't realize that they had the negative attitudes towards you at the beginning of that one. That start, I think, is deceptively difficult. And also, if I remember right, all of his brothers started off injured, which was kind of crazy, and I didn't expect that. So, um, so yeah, and of course, I've done what I'm currently doing, the Barbarian start. So, some of the more easy and more difficult starts I haven't even messed with yet, and I think it would be fun as part of like a almost like a small series where I play the first couple turns, not turns, but the first maybe like 20 days or so of a particular campaign start, and we can kind of see what happens and how they evolve. Kind of look at the pluses and minuses, and yeah, just kind of learn together that way. And that way, I don't have to do a full like 500 day Battle Brothers run for that. I can just do a much more simple, like 20-day format. It's done. We learn. And if you guys want to go home, and play Battle Brothers yourselves, you'll have all the info you need to make like an educated decision on which start you think would be coolest for you. So that was just an idea I had. You can always let me know feedback, what you'd like to see. But if I'm doing it while streaming, I think it would be fun because we could talk about it while it's going on, and you guys could share your experiences with me as well. Man, one spider up there, and there's a bunch waiting in the shadows still. We'll just wait because we don't know where they're going to come from. We could probably use our falcon to see where the eggs are. But in the snow, it might take them forever to reach us. So we're just going to pass. Kind of cool. We'll get our fatigue back. Man, really? Spiderweb must be gross. Some Shelob stuff. Nice. I don't know about y'all, but I always thought Shelob would be bigger in Lord of the Rings. Like the way I imagined her as a kid whenever I read this series, I thought she was like way bigger. I know she's like the spawn of, is it Ungoliant? An even bigger spider type creature. But even still, I just thought she would be bigger. I wouldn't want to fight her. I don't care how big she is. I hate spiders, That's one of my biggest things I hate. I could tell you, I don't know if I've ever told this story on camera or in recording, but I had a time when I was a kid where a buddy and I went on some four-wheelers in their property, and they have a big piece of property out in the woods, and we went down kind of an alley that was just like a clearing cut in between trees, almost like a fire break, and all the way down across, I mean, we're talking like hundreds of yards down, were spider webs across the tree canopies and all down the sides in between every single tree. And I'm talking hundreds of yards. We're talking thousands of these spiders. And if you don't know what kind of spiders they are, let me tell you, they are banana spiders. Google that. Google banana spiders real quick. Tell me what you see. So, yeah, so we get off to kind of like, I'm kind of freaked out at this point as a little kid. I might be like 7 or 8, probably 8, maybe 8 or 9 actually. And my buddy and I get off the four-wheelers and kind of like go up to one of the biggest ones we see that's close to the ground. and go to like hit it with sticks, you know, as kids do. And it's all fun and games, and I'm kind of like looking off to the side. He like runs and jumps back on the four-wheeler and like leaves me there. He comes back and gets me like 5 minutes later. But the idea of walking back down that whole long path, like, now I don't want to over-exaggerate, but probably something like 500 yards, just spiders over my head the whole way. It's terrifying, y'all. We're gonna pass here because I think they're trying to run. Yeah, I mean, a banana spider, if you don't feel like Googling it, a banana spider is about as big as your hand. And they make these incredibly creepy webs that they're not good at making like your stereotypical spider web. They make these long, like 20-foot long strings that have, I think, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I think the banana spider has the strongest tensile strength web in like the animal kingdom. So they're incredibly strong webs. If you walk into one of them, like you can't get off of it. It's super like sticky. And I know for a while they were DNA testing them, or they were, what were they doing? They were taking the DNA from the banana spider and somehow like implanting it inside of the stomachs of goats to like grow the webbing, and because they were trying to make use of it as almost like a steel cable, right? They were trying to make like a material or a almost like a yarn out of it that they could use to as a like an industrial material. Anyway, but that tells you how strong their webs are. These things are horrifying. Let me read this though. The mercenaries scour the field, hacking and sawing at the spider's stiff remains to take back to Edmund the Burgermeister. Even in death, the webnecks are ghastly, looking only a moment away from flinching back to life and wrapping themselves around the nearest breathing animal. Their horrifying features and surreal size does not stop some sellswords from dancing around, clicking their tongues and hissing, and all around preying upon the phobias of those less inclined to go near the damn things. Yeah, that's hilarious. They're just like messing with all the brothers that hate spiders. I can tell you Chief Brett would be in a tent. I'm not about to get caught up in those things. So what were the prices like here? I don't quite remember. Check our... Bear Hat says pretty poor. But most of what we have isn't really expensive. And I don't think there's anywhere nearby that's going to give us better prices on anything. So I think we should just sell. We don't have to. We could hold on to stuff like the War Brand and fix it up. That's probably worth doing. Yeah, the prices here are pretty bad. But I definitely don't want to hold on to all these Venoms. I don't need the bones. Yeah, we're going to hold off on selling some of this stuff. The most expensive stuff we'll hold off on. The silverware, things like that. Okay. Nothing good in the armory for us. We could use some tools if they have some. We'll buy these ammos. Not great prices, but not the worst. Let's get up to 7 days. Can we get up to 8? Yes. Okay. No more contracts, so we need to kind of make our own fun. I don't know why I thought we were in Ratterstead for a minute, but I guess not. So, okay. Awesome. This is a great event for us, or it should be. Fritz the Phoenix, once a lumbering lump of belly fat on 2 legs, has lost a considerable amount of weight since he's with the company. No longer does the mere notion of a sparring fight leave him without breath. In fact, he's got more bounce in his step and is showing a sort of agility you've never seen from him before. Looks like all this walking about has done wonders. So he lost fat. So fat gives you increased health, I believe, but really wrecks your fatigue. So we were pretty unhappy when he picked that up, and it was mostly, I think, because he's gluttonous. But that's great. He's gotten a lot of his fatigue back, which is something we were worried about. He's also wearing a set of armor that I don't want him to wear. Someone else has got to be wearing something we can trade. He's wearing the ones with the pauldrons, which add, I think, 6 fatigue to him. And if he were wearing one that had... Actually, I think I switched him with Gimli, is what it was. Yeah, and that puts him up to, this is 36 versus 27. Yeah. That helps a lot. It barely hurts Gimli, and it really helps Fritz. So I think that's a good idea. And John has leveled. So our Swordmaster has leveled up. Let's see what we get. Have to take fatigue. We should take this 4 roll in health. That'll help with Colossus. It'll help with Nimble. Man, a 4 roll in initiative is not terrible, but his initiative is going to shoot up through the roof once he changes from that armor. I think a 3 roll in melee defense is probably for the best. And here we have the option of taking Duelist, Lone Wolf, Underdog. Let me just check for a second to make sure there's nothing that I'm missing. Because we're going to put a Rapier back in his hand one day soon. I mean, Steel Brow's not bad. Recover's not horrible. Adrenaline's not horrible. But we don't really need Adrenaline because we'll probably go first every time no matter what anyway. Because of how high our initiative will be. For now, I think we go Underdog. I think that's fine. So, no more malice from being surrounded for John. We have options from here, guys. We could go south this way and visit all of these amazing towns that have armor smiths and weaponsmiths. That would let us, use some of these crowns we have stored. But I think I'm going to head over to Raderstad instead and look to start exploring some of the wild to see if I can't find some ancient dead areas for us to fight. And then instead we'll just use our 50,000 crowns as a cushion so that we don't have to worry about going broke while we explore. And I realize I maybe didn't quite finish my spider story, but basically my buddy came back and got me. I wasn't like crying or anything like that, but it was extremely uncomfortable. What's the bear head say? 18? Yeah, we'll sell here. That's fine. We'll sell that war brand. We'll sell both of these thick white furs and the silverware. We don't need that. We can keep one unhold heart. I guess we'll keep a few bones. We may visit a taxidermist somewhat soon. There are quests here. Brigands? I don't know if I want to do anything for 1,000 crowns. To Wizendorf. I'll need some time to think about this. Let me look exactly where Wizendorf is. I don't quite remember. They want us to come all the way back down where we were. No doubt it will follow the road this way. It says it's a 4-day trip, so that sounds about right. And they're only going to pay us about like 2,200, which is for us only half of 4 days' pay. So that's not a good deal. But if we were trying to relocate, and I honestly just didn't want to pay attention, that would be not a bad thing to do. It is tempting, though, while we're here to follow the tracks. Probably just a really quick raider fight. They'll pay us, they'll like us some more, the prices might be better. 10 thieves is nothing. And while we're chasing them, we might discover something out here in the wild anyway. It's giving us an excuse to explore. Because I have very few eyes on the Ancient Dead locations where we could possibly get Necrosavant fights. So we'll take a couple early crossbow shots. We'll probably be able to skirmish them down. Nice. We have range on this guy. And we 100% don't want to get hit by anyone with a long axe. So we'll focus him down whenever we can. They have 2 long axes. Awesome weapon versus the Scrat. $64. Not bad odds. Crossbow bolt to the face. That's cool too. And we'll put Gimli up on that high ground. Use Indomitable in case he takes a crossbow bolt. Good hit. And let's see him come forward. We should be able to pick him off next turn, no problem. He's using this like bush and tree area to mess with our line of sight. Don't like this guy either, or this one. We're going to step in on him. Ooh, another crossbowman. Okay. And now this guy's got a shield too. Okay, he's going to get a chance to hit. Wow. And he went after our orc shield that has like 100 durability. Pretty great for us. And if this guy had wrecked my Lindworm shield, I would have had a fit. Nice. We'll shoot in here. If we hit, we kill him. If we don't, it's cool. We missed twice and hit the guy with shield wall up. The odds of that, I don't even know. Step in. Down they go. We might actually even be able to close the distance here with Svarog. God, I love throwing weapons. Jeez, that was brutal. Free arming sword, though. So we're going to step up, use Adrenaline, close the distance, get the kill. No one escapes. And since they're so lightly armored and already a bit damaged, we could probably get the kill. Was hoping he would try and run so Svarog would just wreck him. Moving takes about the same amount of time as just passing. So we may as well move ourselves into position. Another cool game that I definitely want to stream at some point, I talked about it before, is XCOM 2. That's a game I want to get back into. I know there are a lot of cool mods for it. I have the DLC for it that I haven't played yet. It's another fun tactical game that I used to love watching other people stream, and now I think it'll be cool if I get to stream that as well. So hopefully you guys join me for that too. And any other game suggestions that you have, I'm open to it, y'all. Just gotta let me know. My channel's not very big, not yet. So, you know, any opinions y'all give me now, I can definitely see them more clearly than I will later on, maybe when there's a lot more people trying to ask me to do different things. So it's a good chance for you guys to have input, more input than maybe normal on what I do and what I showcase. Another big game, and I'm waiting for, and I think everyone's going to do, is definitely going to be Reforged, Warcraft 3. That's going to take up a big portion of my channel for a little while once that comes out. I've beaten that game on hard mode, Warcraft 3 that is, even as a kid. I know where every secret is. I just know everything about original Warcraft 3. So I'd be super excited to see if they maintain all those little types of Easter eggs and stuff. Like where you could find the Hydralisk on one of the levels, you know, how to get special items, how to unlock Kill Timmy from inside of the cage, different stuff like that. Stuff that you discover as a kid and you think is just the coolest thing in the world. I still remember all that, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well they do justice to the original. Being very careful not to sell the good stuff. That's something I wish they would add to Battle Brothers, is like a temporary buyback feature. Holy crap, look at the prices. Holy crap, what is this? Seasonal fair. Traders from far and wide gather here for the seasonal fair. Lots of people flock here from the surrounding countryside, and it's a great time to sell goods or rummage through plentiful offers. Did y'all bring more stuff to the weaponsmith? Oh my god, they did. But sadly, it's another one of these pole arms, which I don't think we need. Like at all. I don't think there's anyone, even if we wanted to, that we could give this to that needs it. And it doesn't seem to be much better than a standard pole arm. The damage is the same. It's got more damage, ignores armor. It's got an extra 14% chance to hit head. I mean, that's not nothing. That's pretty good. But for 12 grand, do I have any brothers at all who use a pole arm? I mean, I could consider giving it to John D. The whole idea, though, is for him to be like a ninja. And the sword weighs next to nothing, and the polearm actually weighs quite a bit. So I don't know if I like that as much. But is there anyone who uses a polearm that's like standard? Because otherwise I have a lot of guys using pole hammers. And they're not particularly, you know, better than a polearm. But no, I just don't think I need that. If I had one, I would probably give it to John D whenever he's not, you know, being played as a ninja type character. Yeah, and it's just not that exceptional of a weapon. So we'll leave that there. As much as I am a shiny collector, I think buying that one now would prohibit me from buying better shinies later. So, always looking out. Let's see what they want us to do. Dragons and Scrat and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm not doing that. We'll see what this one is. Maybe they just want us to relocate. They just want us to go and find a place. To the northeast. That's kind of where I want to go anyway. So they want us to go to the region of Spikewind. And a lot of times Ancient Dead locations can spawn in the snow. So I kind of wanted to go and check these places out anyway. This is a pretty big place. Wouldn't be surprised if there was some good loot in there. It's probably a big fight as well. And it's nighttime, so we're not going to be able to see so well. Some Chosen. I mean, we can beat Chosen. Especially if it's only some of them. We don't want to get cocky, though. I mean, they do damage. But if we're going to fight Chosen, we're going to want to pull certain people out. John is not going to be in this fight for fighting Chosen. Jotnar should probably have a place. Just through sheer toughness. Can do kind of an OG build. I'd almost rather have one fewer archer like John can come out. And we'll put in Gimli and just go wider in the front line. I like this. We definitely don't want to fight them at night though. Let's take them on. This is a dangerous fight, and possibly a dangerous fight for no reason. But their gear is worth a ton. Only 5 of them. We fought them in the teens before. We'll let them come to us before we shoot them. Of course, he steps behind a tree. That jerk. The first one to not be in cover is the one that we're going to just go to town on. This guy right here, if we can hit him. I haven't fought these dudes in a while. I'm actually a little bit nervous. Spear wall will force them either north or south, which will force them to take longer routes. Nice. So Nearly got his armor down. Would love to get Isaac in a 1v1. He can survive that better than anyone else. Alright, bone plating down. We'll wait. I think someone's going to give us a line shot here. I'm not desperate. Let's put some damage. Nice, double bleed. And we may end up using adrenaline here. Let's make sure we go first. That's huge. Now we might not need to. We might just be able to get the kill with the adrenaline from Lancel. A shot here will push him back. We'll wait here and see how the formations kind of shake out, where this guy goes, for instance. Fighting axe is a good weapon versus armor. It's not bad. Let's go for that surround. And he almost bled out there. Okay. He wants to go first. We'll use adrenaline here. My thought is we'll use Isaac to kill him, and we'll get a few shots off on this chosen with Lancel first. We'll use adrenaline again. This guy is the one that's going to be the problem. He's going to hit us first. Perfect. It's exactly what we wanted to do. And getting that better surround makes it more likely that we hit here. And nice. Their DPS withers. And every time they miss, we feel a pretty big sigh of relief. Nice. You know what, we'll switch to the pole hammer. We actually don't want to knock him out of this type of surround. Go around there. We'll let them go first. Can we move with our archer? We can't. Gotta respect these dudes. You can't just go into this like, I got it. You know, you can't. They do too much damage. They can get too lucky. The DPS ranges on their weapons are huge. They have big armor piercing. And if our brothers didn't have the types of HP pools that they have, thanks to Colossus and the way that I level them in the early game, they would honestly just die in one shot. Most of them to these types of hits. And a decapitation in the fight, pretty cool. And we get a bunch of these war blades for our trouble. And a silver bowl. Some helmets and armor. Stuff, of course, that we don't need, but that's worth quite a bit to sell. So I'm happy to get that. And we still haven't even found the place we're looking for yet. But we can come in here and repair some of this. Because by the time we get back to Ratterstad, it'll all be in good condition. Their prices are so amazing. If we can't find what we're looking for, here it is. Okay. I guess we'll take the fight while we're here. I mean, a more worthy fight would definitely be this one with the fallen heroes. But let's get in there. $30? Oh god, I don't know why I was worried about worthy challenges. Jeez. Okay. Well, I know what we're doing. We're backing up. We're going to get our butts on top of this beautiful high ground position. We're going to let them come to us. We know how this goes. Archers up. Front line gets on the high ground. You know, we'll move here and here, and we'll move these guys back one more, and we'll make that kind of L shape. Actually, I guess Hans could go here. I just didn't want, I kind of wanted my spearmen to be on the point location. That way they can affect, with its spear wall, Wonton Fu can affect, you know, 3 areas. So here. So what do we see? I mean, we can see several fallen heroes already. 4 of them, I count, at the moment. There could be Geist, there's probably a Necromancer. And we can even step further up, but that'll just make us tired. And being tired only affects us, not the undead. So there's very little benefit to doing that. But it'll be several turns before their front lines clash with ours. So we can get in the perfect position and take our time. This will probably be a long fight though, guys, so I imagine it'll be the last fight of the day. With nary a Necro Savant in sight, sadly. Let's wait there. We'll pass here. I want to move this way. This way. We'll bring Lancel down. We'll move all these guys down 1. Like this. Actually, that's not even perfect either. I kind of want to get these guys in the front lines. I don't think they're going to wrap around us on the bottom so much. Hans goes here. He'll be able to throw even if they're behind. So I like that. Behemoth's position I don't really care for. We'll just pass. They're not going to reach us this turn. I'm just hoping there actually isn't a Necromancer, because then we're going to have to go and get him. And that's the annoying part. You know what, and we'll put Svarog here. And we may put Behemoth here. Good shot. Start putting some damage on the fallen heroes. That way when they close the distance, they'll have really damaged armor. And we should just be able to pop them. I don't know. Maybe I can bring Behemoth around the other side, or just put him here. Hitting him would have been great. It might have knocked him off this high ground. Would have really set him back and moving forward. If all the zombies move forward, but we knock all of the fallen heroes back, it's pretty awesome. It means they'll have a staggered engagement where we can pick off the weak zombies, and then the fallen heroes arrive to the battlefield late and unsupported. I just want to see more of these enemies that we can't currently see, because I feel like there's a Necromancer back there. Although, there's probably not a Necromancer, because if there was, we would be seeing Possession, I think. But there still could be Geists, I guess. It might just be a huge group of armored Wiedegangers. So So this isn't my finest formation. I would move everything up one, but I don't think it'll matter. But all of our bros should be on the high ground, and all of them should be on the low ground. But look how many we can't even see yet. I feel like that's got to be Geists that are hanging back until the front lines are engaged. As long as our archer's on the high ground, I'm happy, I guess. Ghouls. Okay, that makes sense. Nagzurs. Easy to kill, easy to pick off. The only thing we have to be careful about is making sure we don't feed them before they engage. So we can just kind of spread the damage around. So they won't have any bodies to eat. And when they step out, we'll prioritize them. They're also the only thing on this side of the battlefield that wavers to resolve checks. So if there's ever a turn where we kill a bunch of stuff, they'll just run away. This is where I kind of wish there was a fast forward button. And you guys, feel free to fast forward through this whole like setup part. The main thing is understanding my tactical advantage and kind of understanding the layout of the enemies. Knowing that the Nagzurhers are not really a threat at the moment, but could become one. Realizing that there are no Geists on the battlefield, so we don't have to get our banner out. There's no Necromancer, so we don't have to worry about having to chase him down at some point, potentially with dogs. Really changes the way we play this fight. Yeah, they're stepping onto the corpses. So we'll pick them off if we can. Was hoping to miss and hit this guy. Hit him, knock him back, set him back a whole nother turn. Nice. Fighting axe in our inventory. Good as there. That's like 500 or 600 crowns if we sell it at that place that's having the festival. Ratterstad. Come on. We can spear wall for next turn. I don't know if anyone will actually get there. Alright, decent shot, but if he just eats someone and grows, it'll heal. And it'll have been kind of for nothing. Go for that line shot. And that shot there. And they are trying to overload this bottom flank, which may make some of our brothers in the center there kind of useless. But until we whittle them down here, I don't want to necessarily... Like, I could pull Jotnar here, but I think when Hans just runs out of ammo, he'll just step down here and help. He'll help Behemoth. Behemoth also, I forgot to consider, his armor took a heavy hit in the Chosen battle. So he's a little bit more vulnerable than he otherwise would be by about 100 durability. And yeah, he turned into a level 2. We had to expect that. Nice. Good shot. That's 235% we nailed to take him out of the fight. And yeah, our spear wall is doing work. Because Wonton Fu is slow as hell. Which is actually in his favor. Believe it or not. This kind of reminds me of the battle in Game of Thrones. Where they go like into the north as like an expedition to bring back a zombie to show Cersei, to prove that they're real. And then they get kind of ambushed, surrounded by the zombies over like the frozen lake. That's a really cool scene. Whatever else I think about the final season, I mean, that's a really cool scene. We'll spear wall back up. Not out of ammo yet, we're just tired. So we've killed 10 so far. And it'll be a lot more than that soon. We'll speed this up. Wow, going to eat the other one. And there we go, just like that, we've got a level 3 that we need to fight. All because he had too much cover for us to snipe. Good hit. Let's try and minimize the number of other level 3 Nagzers we have to deal with. I'm sure he'll try and eat someone, so we'll probably have to try and get lucky again and snipe him out. I don't anticipate us landing 2 more 37, so let's take this 160. Try and hit that, and then we'll go for 2 34s. Perfect. Bardich. Nice. We did that line shot there, and we hit the Wiederganger behind him. And I love the axe's ability to hit both body and head, as it did there. Super strong. And we whiff with our great sword. Spear wall up. Good hit. And we're going to have to pull out our regular weapon, our fighting axe there, and start helping Behemoth in the front. Oh, we had an attack there on Isaac. That's okay. We'll just consider us resting. Fighting axe out. And we'll jump in next turn. Hopefully no one gets eaten. Alright, that sucked. He jumped right in and broke that. Spear wall's still active because he's a spearmaster, but only for 1 slot. He's might have done the most damage this battle so far. We can do a round swing with Svarog. Odds are pretty high that we kill this Wiederganger and highly damage these 2 dudes. But either way, we need to focus this dude down. He's going to be able to eat corpses around him. I don't know if there are any corpses under him. It's kind of hard to tell. That particular Wiederganger is undamaged. Alright, round swing. Here we go. Nice. Line shot. Perfect. Man, I think if I had, instead of reloading the crossbow on Folkir, I could have switched out to his weapon, and we might have been able to kill the Nagzarher this turn. Which would have definitely been a great play. Not even giving it a chance to eat us. Damn, we just didn't have enough DPS. to kill it. Hopefully, it's not standing on a body. We could step in and go for it. I think that's a little risky. I was hoping we still had adrenaline as an option there, but we do not. Alright, let's just hope that we're faster than it. Good smack from Gimli, and that huge stupid weapon he uses. I love it. Big two-handed maces. We've got potential for another round swing if we're not too exhausted. Decapitation. Make sure they don't come back. And we'll shoot at people who are away from us. Jotnar and Lance and all them, they need targets. We're just wasting them if they're just standing there not ever hitting anyone. Nice. Down goes the last ghoul. Reload for Kata. Good kill. I'll take it. I didn't have to have a round swing. And I didn't have enough for it anyway. Man. It's kind of a draining fight. Not many left though. 6. 6 and we're done. Make that 4. Isaac should be able to clear that guy out. We'll aim back here, hope to hit him. Now we can focus him with our archers. Good shot. Just need one shot back there and he's done. He had a little bit more health than I thought. Still quite well armored. And we'll step forward now. Perfect. No more misses. Need to expect them to come back in some degree, but it won't be that many of them. As long as we're not blocking any of our range shots here. Let's see how many come back. There are 2 left. Alright, that's a little annoying because we're not actually touching those. Oh my god, a lot of them came back. A lot. A hell of a lot. Okay. Maybe it was premature to step out the way I did. Nice. We're just putting them right back down. Almost have a kill. Can you do it for us, Behemoth? Oh my god. Come on, Behemoth. I trusted you. Alright, Svarog, do it. Nice. So who's left? This guy right here? Nice. Wonton Fu with the final kill. Well done, Sergeant. And we pick up, you know, just a bunch of stuff we can sell. Would have been cool to get some good loot here right at the end. But our coffers grow. We've gotten experience on several brothers. But we didn't make very much progress today. I'm honestly not that happy about it. It's pretty normal. This was a very normal Battle Brothers episode. So I'm starting to think that I might start doing almost entire episodes worth of grinding off camera. And I know some of you probably don't like that. But I don't really see any other option to kind of quickly... Wow, 24? 24? That's the highest I've ever seen. certainly in this playthrough. Boy, we gotta sell everything. I wish I had more stuff. So I was going to say that I know some of you don't like it when I progress off camera, but I think if we're ever going to get to the Kraken fight before like another 10 episodes goes by, and I honestly realistically think that's how many episodes we're looking at if I can't find an easy source of Necrosavants to kill. And of course we don't want that. We want to get to them fast. Wow, that was almost 10,000. That's a lot. Let's get our provisions, the ones we need. Man, we're so rich and we just have nothing to buy. So you know what? We've gone quite a bit over in today's episode in terms of like the amount of time spent. But I'm cool with maybe going out here in this area and seeing what we could scout out. We'll visit Elkshorn, check out their Fletcher, see if they have any unique bows. And let's hang out daytime. There we go. They're being attacked by Unhold. They don't have anything unique for us. Maybe they have good prices on tools. No, they do not. Certainly not. But if we wanted to get even richer, Raderstad is the place to be right now. We would go and take this fight. We would look for more fights here. We would probably go over here and try and take whatever this is. I don't quite remember. And yeah, try and get rich that way. But money is not really what we're into right now. We're trying to accomplish our goals. So I'm thinking I will probably play for like an hour tonight off camera. And if anything awesome happens, I'll be sure to like write it down so I can tell you guys later. But generally I avoid that. I like to put myself in a position at the end of the episode. That way if I want to do like a battle or two off camera, I can probably just go boom boom, knock it out, save the game, and get out without having any events trigger. So you guys don't miss that type of stuff. So Fritz the Phoenix sprints into your tent, nearly taking out one of the stakes and bringing the whole thing down. Sweat flies off his face and onto your maps. You look at the man with a stare that demands a good answer for what he's doing. He explains that the Hedge Knights, oh my god, they're fighting again. Nah, we don't want that. Feel free to read this, guys. We've had this happen already. They just will not stop fighting. And it's funny because in their backgrounds, they're such evil men. And in some of the fan fiction that you guys are writing in the comment section, which is still awesome, by the way, they're just so evil. And to have them fight each other, I almost wish the moral man in me wants them both to die. But we need them. We need them. We'll tell them to save themselves for the battlefields. They hurt themselves. Last time our monk was able to stop them. Feel free to read this, guys. Like I said, we've read it already. It's pretty intense, though. Pause it and read it if you'd like. And then the monk manages to stop it. Gotta have a monk, guys. I highly recommend it. Wonton has done so much work for us in these events. It's hard to overstate it. Might take that place off camera. With my luck, though, it'll have Necrosavants. This is a pretty tough fight as well. I might do off camera. You know what? I think I'm going to do that, y'all. I'm gonna bid you guys farewell. I will probably take these two fights here, put us further out into the wilderness to see if I can't discover some good Ancient Dead locations. And maybe we'll work our way. We know that there aren't any in there. There may be some here. So I guess I'll work my way south until I'm here. And hopefully no good events happen. And we'll just knock this stuff out. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Once again, thank you for all your support on this series and on the Darkest Dungeon series. I really appreciate it. I'm working overtime to get everything ready. And it's busy around my house right now. And just wish me luck, y'all. And as always, I will see you in the next one. And before I go, before I forget, a new thing that I'm doing on all my videos. I mentioned it in the Darkest Dungeon series at the very end. Of all my videos from now on, I want to do a quick joke. My daughter told me, if you didn't watch the other video, this is what she said. She said, "Daddy, if you want people to subscribe to you, you need to tell them jokes." So, and people love jokes. So, if you tell a joke at the end of your video, you'll get more subscribers. And she might be right. So, I'm going to she gave me her book of knock-knock jokes. And I'm going to go down the list. I said the first one in the Darkest Dungeon episode, so this one I'm going to say, here it goes, guys. Knock, knock. Who's there? Let us. Let us who? Let us in. It's cold out here. You get it. I get it. We all get it. All right. It's just something fun. Hopefully it leaves you guys with a smile on your face when you turn the video off. And if it makes you cringe, maybe that's cool too. I don't know. But it's funny. It's cute. It makes my children happy. And it makes me smile because I get to think of them as I'm finishing up my videos. So look forward to more Knock Knock jokes in the future. I've got a whole book of them right here. And as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care.